The current coaching landscape teach you how to prospect, pitch, and close. But there is something far more important. If you can shift your focus from getting a job to keeping a job, that will take you further in life.
Parthiv Shah is an Indian Air Force veteran who now owns eLaunchers.com, a digital marketing agency helping businesses understand the fundamentals of marketing, grow their businesses, and most importantly, retain clients.
Beyond acquisition, there is retention, there is ascension and advocacy. When you deliver growth, retention happens, ascension happens, and advocacy happens.
Why do you think people take lifetime value for granted?
Let's talk about that. Customer acquisition cost is a fraction of lifetime value of a client. To afford a higher customer acquisition cost, raise. And that is my secret.
The thing with that is the lifetime value of a customer is going to be huge to have a margin of the cost of acquiring a customer.
It's not about margin. It's about longevity of the relationship. If you can make the relationship last longer, profits will catch up.
Sir Parthiv, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. And hello, world. Hello, everyone.
Awesome. Well, I want to start the conversation with, first of all, congratulating you on getting a 2CCX award. The first thing I want to ask, like, how do you feel about it? So yeah, like, how do you actually feel about like getting the 2CCX award, the reward of one, generating over $10 million with the business, but second, like influencing a lot of other people's life too. So like, how do you feel about it?
So, yes, winning the award and the excitement and the money and celebration that lasts a day. What lasts a lifetime is the humility, the responsibility, and the gratitude. How did we get here?
Yep.
See, so 2CCX, 1 crore US dollars in service revenue, selling my own services. Lifetime revenue generated using ClickFunnels as a platform for lead capture and
Yes.
lead out. How does it feel? Happy? But I'm looking at my journey from zero to first 100,000, 100,000 to 300,000, 300,000 to 700,000, 700,000 to first million, second million, then million a year. It has been a journey. And what I have acquired is a database of things that can go wrong. Yes, I'm lucky, but I'm lucky to be alive. God does not make direct deposit. He only makes connection. He gives you wisdom. He encourages you to learn. He encourages you to study, right?
Yep.
Luck can give you a ride, but when luck doesn't give you a ride, you got to keep walking. Life tests your endurance. We are both adults. We are both businessmen, and we both have been through a lot. We are battle-hardened soldiers of the battle for market share. The money you make, the money you spend on your staff, the profit you generate, the taxes you pay, the money you spend on your family, nobody cares about that. Absolutely nobody cares. Even your staff doesn't care. What people actually care about is how much you are doing to help people grow
Yep.
themselves, grow their business, help feed their family. So while I'm grateful to be here, the next 2CCX, the next $10 million, I want to make for you. I want to help 10,000 Indians. When I say Indians, I mean the pre-British era India. So I'm talking
Yeah.
all Southeast Asia in it. Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, our continent, everyone who looks like me. I want to help 10,000 Indians make an extra $1,000. And here's why that mission is important. Once I teach you how you can make an extra $1,000 right where you are, doing what you're doing, just learning how to make money, you can do it over and over and over and over. $1,000 doesn't change your life. Okay, $1,000 in today's India is not a lot of money. I don't know how much $1,000 mean to people in Pakistan. Maybe it means a little more than it means in
Yeah.
India. But there is inflation, there is recession, there is the we as humans, we are worse off in 2025 than we were in 2020. Last 5 years has deteriorated our relationship with money than previous
Hmm.
50 years. Right? We need more money, not to thrive and do better in life, but just to be where we are and not go poor.
Yeah. True.
So today more than ever, growth is necessary.
Hmm.
So once you learn from someone like me and people who taught me how you can make an extra $1,000, you can do it once a year, twice a year, once a quarter, once a month, once a week, once a day. So being able to make money $1,000 at a time, at
Hmm.
what frequency you make, that is life changing. That's how it changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I recently like listened it from someone. Is like, if somebody can learn one skill and have actually like paid for it, that skill with that person will stay for life, because now he figured out like how to use that skill continuously, right? Which is like an insane thing just to think about, like how many skills somebody can actually acquire across his lifetime if he really wants to, and be able to like with it live with it like through the whole course of life. So I would love to like,
You said an
yeah.
interesting word here. You talked about skill, right? Skill is a hack.
Hmm.
I have skills. You have skills. And people can learn skills. What I want to talk about is a system and method for
Hmm.
growing a business. That's what I have my two patents on. Okay. This is not a hack. This is a lifestyle. This is a shift. So if you look at the current
Got it.
coaching landscape, where people who are coaching you how to be an entrepreneur and how to grow an entrepreneur, there are a lot of coaches out there. Most are actually good. But they teach you how to prospect, pitch, and close, and generate offers, and close deals and acquire money. It's necessary, but there is something far, far, far more important. And that what can be more important than client acquisition, RJ? You want to take a guess? What am I talking about?
Yep.
It is customer retention. If you are an agency, freelancer, funnel hacker, funnel builder, or a technocrat working for a brand, if you can shift your focus from getting a job to keeping a job, that will take you further in life. So Yes, it takes skill to acquire a client, but you got to put your soul into the relationship so you can keep a client for life.
Yeah.
So let's look at last $10 million I made in my business, right?
Yep.
10 million lifetime revenue. How many clients gave me that money? 790. Okay, good number. Lifetime, I only have collected 719 credit card numbers. But let's look at the aggregate distribution. How many people gave me $5 million out of 719? Do you want to guess?
I would say
Less than
30,
75.
40%,
L-
less than
Less than
10%.
10%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, let's say 10% of my total client base gave me half my revenue.
Wow.
How many people gave me $3 million? 25. 25.
Yeah.
How many people gave me $1 million? $1 million.
One or I would say like 1%.
Two. Two.
Oh,
No percent. Two. One, two. If I take my QuickBooks, generate a report, lifetime revenue, and just export it based on the sheer number, two gave me million. 25 gave me 3 million. Less than 70 gave me 5 million. Okay. Now we know
yes.
where the kitchen is. Now I know how I eat. The goal is to, and the two people who gave me a combined total of little over $1.4 million didn't pay me large checks. My largest client who gave me the most money pays me $3,500 a month, but he has been paying for over a
Yeah.
decade.
Wow. That is really cool. And I would love to ask from you is like, what led, because there's a quote by Dan Kennedy which is like really awesome. The person who spends the most to acquire a customer wins, right? Which is a pretty well known quote. But like most people like take something for granted, which as you mentioned is the lifetime value of a customer, right? Like how long the customer actually stays with you, and like how long he's with you and he's paying with you along the way. Why do you think so like people take that lifetime value part for granted, and they feel like they get one customer, good experience, cool, if not that's fine, and then of course that customer's left. And even though it's amazing to be able to like entertain one customer long enough, then getting like trying to like chase customers all the time and like trying to run in a race all the time and not having a long lasting customer, stuff like that. So like, why do you think so it usually happens?
Yeah, let's talk about that. You bring up a very interesting point. Okay. Kennedy talks about he who spends most money
Yes.
wins, right? So to outperform your competition, outspend your competition,
Yep.
right? How do you outspend your competition? You're poor.
That's a good question.
It's nothing to do with how much you got.
Okay.
It has to do with how much you make. So don't look at, okay. So it's not about how much you have. It's about how much you make. Okay. So here is a really important concept that I want everyone who is watching this to think about. Archie. CAC, customer acquisition cost, is a fraction of your LTV, lifetime value of a client. So to be able to afford a higher CAC, raise your LTV. And that is my secret to
Yeah,
CCX.
that is really interesting. Yeah,
It's
that
about
is that is
LTV.
really cool. So increasing your lifetime value so that you will be able to
Does it make
spend the cost to acquire more customers.
exactly?
Yeah.
So how much do you know what is my CAC?
Nope.
I should know the number, right?
I'm assuming.
I'm a numbers guy. Yeah. That's my CAC.
Oh, okay. 7862.
That is how much it costs to acquire a
Got
customer.
it.
So if you want to outspend me, outspend
Yeah.
that. Okay. Am I crazy? Am I stupid? No.
I don't think so
I spend
because
that. I spend that.
because the thing with that is like if you're spending that, it means like the lifetime value of a customer is gonna be huge. That you have a margin of like that higher to the cost of acquiring a customer.
You used another interesting word, margin. So this is to do with profits, right?
Yeah.
I said CAC is a fraction of your LTV, regardless of profitability. So it's not about margin. It's about longevity of the relationship. Even if you're making less profit, if you can make the relationship last longer, profits will catch up.
Yes.
So the focus ought to be on monthly recurring revenue. Yes, acquisition matters, okay? Because the game starts when you acquire a customer.
True.
And there are things you can do to double your fees without gouging your clients. Okay. So I get into
Okay.
this a little bit. There is a so remind me if I don't get to this, there is a concept called growth driven design. We'll get into that
Sure.
before this show is over. It will take me about 5 minutes, hopefully. But
Yeah.
let me stay on this subject.
Okay.
So, yes, this matters. Okay, yes, I'm not denying the importance of it. But beyond acquisition, there is retention, there is ascension. So remember the two clients who gave me north of $1 million.
Yes.
10% of my revenue came from two people. 2 clients.
Yeah.
So let this sink in. One of them gave me a 30% pay raise last year. 30% pay increase last year. They're growing, some growing. That's ascension. And advocacy. Out of 719 clients I have who paid me, more than 1/3 were referred to me by my
Yes.
paying clients.
Yes.
Another 1/3 actually. So if you look at my composite acquisition, right? 1/3 came from client
Yes.
referrals. 1/5 or 20%, let's say 30%, came from client referrals. 20% came from direct traffic. My own marketing, cold direct mail outreach, cold email outreach, social media outreach, event marketing, speaking, etc. Okay. Half, well, let's say 10% from direct outreach and 10% from events.
Okay.
And 50% came from centers of influence referrals.
That's a big percentage.
And this is the secret to steady growth. This matters more than acquisition. Yet, nearly 100% of coaches in entrepreneurial coaching space talk about acquisition hacks. Acquisition take है लेकिन acquire
Yeah.
करके करोगे क्या?
That's exactly the point.
Value creation is a stupid buzzword. Okay. What matters as an agency, as a funnel builder, as a funnel hacker, as a freelancer, or as an employee of a brand is growth. When you deliver growth,
Yes.
retention happens, ascension happens, and advocacy happens. So, make them grow so you can keep your job. I mean, it's rather simple concept, isn't it? But virtually nobody's focusing on this.
Yes.
This matters here. This is what I learned from Kennedy. This is what I learned from Kevin Barber. This is what I learned from Dr. Cialdini. You can't trick people into giving you money forever. This is like getting a job and keeping a job. Right?
Yep.
So think of your gig work, freelance, agency revenue, or client relationship as getting a job and keeping a job. Who you know helps you get the job. What you know, what you do, and what it does for client helps you keep your
Yeah.
job. So this is the not so secret to my success. You understand soul,
Yes.
right? Atma,
Yep.
soul. I give my soul into working for the brand that I serve. At a given point, I have 20 to 25 clients paying me monthly. Clients come and go. Okay. But when when I am on your clock, you matter. Only you matter. I'm not looking to scale, not looking to be a rich guy. I want to be the best Parthiv I know who can help my client. I lead their marketing team. I lead their marketing initiative. I am the rainmaker. I make them money. I have one job, make them money.
Yes.
That's the thing. And in order to do that, you need to be at peace. Right? Can I change subject? There is something else I want to talk about
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
that I
I
wrote
mean, like
down.
this, but like this whole, like the methodology that I actually mentioned, which is really interesting, is like some people are either aware of it but never implement it. They're like, retention, lifetime value of a customer, referrals, ascension. But sometimes at the end of the day, this sort of like not implemented. I was actually like thinking about, even though we had this in mind, and the way that you presented is, I would love to like talk about is like how somebody can actually like start their own business, and like how they can actually like go from there.
This is necessary for prosperity. Okay, let's talk about how you can grow your brand by acquiring entrepreneurial peace. Okay, a little bit about me. I wrote a bunch of books. I have about 15 books that's under my name. I have two books, two major publications coming out this year. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Um, I'm a retired soldier from Indian Air Force. I'm business growth strategist, and my clients are physicians, dentists, lawyers, financial advisors, and professional practices. Okay, so I have one promise: we grow brands,
Yes.
and I lost 87% of my monthly revenue in COVID.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
We recovered, we rebuilt, and we have grown. I got my second 2 Comma Club award after COVID. And I got my 2CCX in 2024, this year. So what I learned from the Air Force is, where is the sky? Where do you work? Where are your clients? Who buy from you? Where is your runway? Where do you go home to? Where is your infrastructure? How dependable is it? A plane cannot land on a runway that is damaged or destroyed.
Yes.
It didn't matter how high you got to come back. And where is your enemy? Who wants you dead? Who wants to take all your customers and eat you? So the mission is peace, freedom, and prosperity. And peace is necessary for prosperity, and prosperity is necessary for freedom. You see why peace matters?
Yes.
So, what is entrepreneurial peace? Are you at peace with your body? I mean, is anybody hurting? Is anything hurting? Right? Are you at peace with your family? Are you at peace with your finances? Are you at peace with your business? Are you at peace with your clients? Are you at peace with your business finances? If you're not at peace, you cannot chase prosperity or freedom. You can only chase peace. So peace matters. Peace matters so much that sometimes when you don't have peace, only peace matters.
Yes. True.
You think people in Gaza and Israel are chasing prosperity? No, they're chasing peace. Every soldier at every border wants to go home to the family. Every soldier at every border prays for peace. Are you at peace with yourself personally and professionally? And why peace matters in business is peace gives you time and space to create positive energy. And positive, creative energy creates solutions for today and tomorrow. And when you're not at peace, you're defending yourself against an attack. And when you're not at peace, you desire someone's destruction. And therefore, peace is necessary for prosperity. So, how do I acquire entrepreneurial peace? Look, our economy sucks. Okay. We have a recession, so brands want to spend less money. Brand wants more human resources for less money. People want you to be smaller, better, faster, cheaper. And there is inflation. As an agency owner, we are under intense pressure to acquire, retain, train talented humans, and that requires money.
Yes.
So, agencies like me is squeezed from both hands. You cannot fix inflation, okay? But you can make more money. You can raise your price. You will have to change your client because the guy who's paying you this much can't afford to pay this much, so he got to go. But you can raise your price. You can change the census. You can't win wars, but you can win hearts. You can't touch their wallet, but you can touch their heart. And that's how you acquire entrepreneurial peace. Be the brand that people want to be with. Be the brand that clients want to be with. Be the brand that prospects want to be with. Be the brand that the competitors wants to get bought out by. Be the brand that your direct overt competitors are afraid of. Be the brand that the staff want to be with. Be the brand where someone will take a pay cut and move to an undesirable location just to come work for you. Be so good at what you do that people will pay you to watch you work. So, peace economics. That's what it is about.
Yeah.
Can I change subject?
I mean, like, You have actually gave such a powerful insight around like different type of piece, especially like revolving around entrepreneurs and all of those things, which is such an amazing thing.
Look, peace
Of
matters,
course.
right? Because when you have peace, you can chase prosperity. So there is a river of money. You, as a business owner, you are the sun that is shining on your business. So think of yourself as 5 stages of sun on your business that is Earth. The rising sun, you're just starting your business. The 10 o'clock, you have a lift off. You have some clients, you're growing. The hot sun of noon, the best decade of your life is ahead of you. You are in it right now. You have a profitable business. You have a debt free business. You have a debt free family, and you are enjoying your life. At 4 o'clock, you are comfortable coasting, looking for your successor, or you're a setting sun where you're looking to no longer be the rainmaker, no longer be the guy working in the business. You are looking to either just be an owner or an ex owner looking to work for the buyer who bought you out. But it doesn't matter what you are. As an entrepreneur, you have following
Yes.
obligations. You have to be the mountain that makes it rain. If you cannot make it rain, your business will starve. You know, the ugliest landscape on earth is a dry riverbed that doesn't have water. Make it rain. Prospect, pitch, and close. As a business owner, you have an obligation to generate revenue. And revenues come not only from acquisition, but retention, ascension, and advocacy. Look at this month's revenue, this quarter's revenue, this year's revenue, and look at how much of this did I get because I retained the clients I
Yeah.
had last year. Because the clients I had gave me referrals, and clients who had gave me an increase in pay.
True.
There is a thing called 13th paycheck. You know, you get monthly recurring revenue. The most precious check is 13th
13th
paycheck.
picture. Okay.
13th, 1 3. That's your 1 year anniversary. The next most precious check is 37th check. That is your 3 year anniversary. When they cross the 1 year mark, they're getting comfortable. When they cross 3 year mark, they're a lifer.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by building a long and deep river thread that runs through your kingdom. This is acquisition. This is retention, ascension, and advocacy.
Amazing.
Right? The next thing you need to have is building a dam. Build a reservoir of cash personally and professionally. There ought to be a business savings account and a non retirement personal savings account. What is your liquid net worth? COVID came out of nowhere. It attacked the entire human race in a very short period of time.
Exactly.
RJ, you remember March
Yeah, yeah. I
2020?
remember when the COVID hit.
Go back, go back in your accounts, check savings account. personal and professional, and find out how much cash did you have when you started April 2020. It's a mind-blowing number. And I want to give you an assurance. I want to give you a promise that another economic disaster that will affect humanity worldwide will happen to you and I. And it will happen sooner than we think. How much cash do you have right now? Are you prepared for the next COVID? Or are you just getting by with the cash flow? Yes, cash flow matters. Yes, rainmaking matters. But how much you
Yes.
got? And then the managing your story. You know, the most beautiful landscape on earth is where a river meets the ocean. You know why it is?
Nope.
When you're spending money, that's when you're getting treated like royalties, but you're burning money.
Wow.
Study cost accounting, job costing, overhead. You need to know how you are spending money. In most business owners, money moves in out of their life without their consent, sometimes without their knowledge. If you cannot manage your cost, how will you build a dam?
Yes. That is so true. Yeah. That's definitely is such an amazing analogy around the concept of money and the different ideas around that even though like most people say like either cash flow or cash is king, but you got to have like balance of sort of like both, because if anything happens, as you mentioned, or like especially with COVID, the people who aren't aware around money management, all that and other elements, a lot of things change drastically right from that certain moment, right? Which is crazy to think about, like how people like take most of these things like so lightly. Speaking of that, I would also like love to talk about the upcoming training that you're also coming for, which is like how to grow your business like with automations and all that. And you have like such an amazing experts. And the training is happening on August 15th, which is Indian Independence Day, with like Mr. Vishal, Kevin Barber, Dan Kennedy, Dr. Robert Caldini, and you're also going to be having discussion around your upcoming book launch with Dan Kennedy too, which is about like No Base Guide to Successful Marketing Automation. So like, can you like tell us like more about the event, like what that is, what it's about, who is the best fit for, and so that we can go from there?
Sure. This is my gift to you guys. As I said, I want a mission to help 10,000 Indians make an extra $1,000. This is my first step towards that. You understand
Yes.
Fountainhead, right? The concept of, you understand what a
Yes.
fountainhead is, right? It's a source of a river where the river actually is born, right? The original source of knowledge. I'm a learned man, and I'm very proud of what I have learned. So I brought people who I learned from and built an event out of it. And instead of selling tickets to it, I decided to make it free. Not only I made the event free, everyone who attends the event, I'll give them the recording for free. Vishal has agreed to do follow-on events to talk about what we learned at this event from these people, all for free. And These are the
Yes.
fountainhead. These are the people that I learned from. I own an agency, but I sucked at building websites. I have experience building websites. I have built hundreds of websites, thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not a one congratulations, thank you, testimonial, note of gratitude. I truly thought I hated the business of building a website. It was a 300 to 400 hours of pure hell to design, build, and give. It's bloody thankless job, and client is also unhappy with what they have while we are building something and what they get. Every client I lost distastefully is because I butchered the website experience. Yet, every client wants a new website. I call Kevin Barber the Dan Kennedy of HubSpot. I learned
Got
from
it.
him how to design, build, and deliver a good website. What I learned from him became the core theme of these two books. This book is all about how to use HubSpot and marketing automation and sales automation. This book talks about how to build 10 web pages, 6 funnels, and 1 blog that sells. Kevin is the fountainhead who taught me this. Dan Kennedy taught me how to prospect, pitch, close, collect, and deliver. There are a number of books that are coming out. You can buy this in Kindle or print from Amazon.in. This book is No BS Time Management. This
Yes.
book is No BS Guide to Breaking All Rules. This book is No BS Direct Response Marketing. And my book that is on pre-order, if you look for Dan Kennedy on India, all his books are here. Hey, where is my book? There we go. You can buy this book for 1300 rupees. What do you get for 1300 rupees in India? I don't know. Probably a date night.
Yep.
Maybe.
Somewhere along those lines, yes.
Okay. This book is not a technology book. This book is a technology monetization. If you are a brand that wants to buy tech stuff and tech people, you learn how to buy. If you are a technocrat who wants to sell your tech self and tech stuff, this teaches you how to sell yourself and sell your stuff. There are resources, there are QR codes that takes you to things you can do, people you can connect to, and resources you can buy. This book is alive.
Got it.
Dr. Robert Cialdini. Have you heard of Dr. Robert Cialdini?
Yes, of course.
This book was gifted to me years ago. Influence. This book tells you what to say and how to say it so you can establish trust, build credibility, and build a relationship with humans. See, in my book, Business Kama Sutra, I draw parallels between how humans meet, date, and mate, and how companies prospect, pitch, and close. This book talks about how you can build relationship with humans. That is
Yes.
mechanics. This is the psychology of how humans buy. What you can do to butcher a relationship with someone, what you can do to make someone fall in love with you and stay in love with you.
Yeah.
If you can buy one book, you should buy this book.
Influence.
And this book came out a few years ago. Persuasion. Persuasion's foreplay. Persuasion talks about building a relationship with your prospect to a point where they know you, like you, trust you, you engage in a relationship. So influence is a non-event. Transaction just happens naturally. I'm just talking about what
Yes.
they can teach. Vishal Malkan is the first Indian to get 2cc $25 million trophy, whatever the hell that we call it, not just 2ccx, but right. That's his wife. So Vishal is going to talk about what he learned from Russell Brunson and Dan Kennedy. 4 hours, 15th August. I think you should come attend this conference and come
Yeah.
learn from these people that I learned. I mean, it cost obscene amount of money to get these people to come to your stage. It costs a lot of money to pay a ticket to go listen to them speak. On 15th August, you guys get this for free. If this is not the best gift I can give you, what can I give you?
Yeah. That is amazing.
Spend some money, buy some book, read. Thank you. And my books, you can just read them for free. You can get my books at freemarketingbooks.com. Now, some books that I wrote with Kennedy, you will not find here. But my books, Business Kama Sutra, Pixelisted, Brent Never Forgets, Acres of Diamond, all these books, my shock and awe, my sales letters, my interactive blueprints, my magazine, everything is here, free. Take it and run with it. The publisher's book, you will need to buy but in India, the books are pretty inexpensive. I mean,
Yes, correct.
influence costs $35 in America. In India, it's like 500 rupees. So spend some rupees, buy some books, and learn like I learned, so you can be a rainmaker for your business.
That's amazing. I will first of all, like,
And I
as like
should
people can see right now,
thank you.
the link is already there. Elaunchers.com/freedom, and also I will put up the link in the description and in the show notes so people can go in and sign up for the event that's happening on 15th of August. We still have about like 8 days or so for people to register. Not only that, but also I'm going to be posting up the author page of Dan Kennedy, so you can like buy the series of books from there from Amazon, and also links. For example, if somebody is outside of India or Pakistan, they will be able to buy Dr. Robert Cialdini's book too. Um, and get yourself attend join the event, register for it. I'm gonna be registering myself too, and so that you guys can learn and get those knowledge typically for free. which, as Parthiv sir actually said, like which people pays a lot of money not only to get their attention, to learn from them, to attend the events and all that, etc. Parthiv sir, first of all, like thank you so much for being on the show today. Any last thing you want to say before we round the show up?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to mention 15th August. These people don't have anything to sell you. Okay, I mean these guys have more money than all of us combined. They ain't here to sell you nothing.
Yeah.
They're here to share. They dedicated their half day of their life to help you because I said please and thank you. So this is not a come on down. This is not a pre-pitch to some course software. But I mean, if you want to come hang out with me, come to Vegas next year at FHL when I'm getting my award, and you can cheer, and then we'll go out for dinner.
Yeah.
That. But we are here to give, not to sell.
Yes. Amazing. I will post up the link as I mentioned. And again, Parthiv sir, thank you so much for giving your time and to be on the show today. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And we're definitely going to see you guys in the next episode. The link, again, as I mentioned, is here. I will post up in the description, also in the show notes, so you guys can better register. We have almost 8 days left. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.